Hey, listen, thoughts in, thoughts out of here. Let's focus. Dudes. I am a dude, okay? What does that mean? Let's not get into that. That's super complicated to some people, and to other people it's really simple. For me, it was really simple. When I grew up, people told me I was a dude, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
And it just kind of sat well, and I've stuck with it. That was how it worked for me. Cool, great, wonderful, fantastic. You know, great system for me. Some people, not so much. What are you gonna do? Now, there are some problems with our understanding of how men are supposed to behave. It's not your fault. Now, some of you are probably familiar with terms that revolve around critiques of masculinity. So you've probably heard the term toxic masculinity, and maybe you got like super ass paint over it. Fine, you know. And you've probably heard like beta male, or new male, or fragile masculinity. There are a lot of terms that have been concocted to sort of critique a central concept of what it means to be a duderino, you know? And they tend to mean different things. So when you call like a dude a beta male, you usually know that they're submissive or feminine. Usually it's used against left-leaning people. Soy boy, kind of the same thing, like weak, sort of demure, you know, physically unimpressive. And then you've got alpha male. Like if you watch the Joe Rogan Experience, you know, you have like an idea in your mind of what the alpha male is.
We should try DMT. I kind of like MMA now.
This strong, like confident, like totem of masculinity. They're big, they're confident, they're self sort of sustaining, they're driven. And toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Really specifically on insecurity. Because whew, baby. Let me tell you something, folks. Let me share with you a little core secret, a nugget of truth from me to you. Dudes are crazy fucking insecure. Like, most of them? Holy shit. Dudes are so fragile. Like, their sense of self-worth, their, like, need for validation, these things are, like, paper thin. It's wild to me. Why? Why? What the fuck? So, what does it mean to be a dude? Okay, wait. Paint stream. Paint. Suck my dick. I don't give a fuck. I think that we can all agree, like, what it means to be a dude ties pretty heavily into what is masculine. So what is masculine? For a lot of people, masculinity ties pretty heavily into being beefy. But I've been to Japan and I watch anime. And I can tell you for a fact that in Japan, their understanding of masculinity is not nearly as oriented around physical, like, beefiness as it is here in America. What does it mean? What else does it mean to be a dude? Okay, chivalry is a big one. Like, how you're supposed to treat women. This is like a really, 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 really big part of it. And one of the reasons why there are so many dudes who are so convinced that women have it better these days in terms of their privilege in society is because the chivalrous values they were taught to hold when they were younger are actually reflections of a sort of patronizing, paternalistic elevation of women.
Just found out about misogyny. Damn, that shit sucks, dude.
Here's another thing that it means to be a man. Let's be real, okay? You have to be straight, okay? So we've got straightness right there. Look, because it's a. Do you see the symbolism? It's like a penis and a vagina. You see? Men should be presentable, be tall. You have to be a breadwinner. It is essential to be confident. There are like so many things that go into being a man. I could literally, guys, we could literally fucking go on forever. There are so many fucking things that we could go on about here. So these are all prescriptive statements. These aren't descriptive statements. Nobody in nature looks like this. no, like nobody, this is not like the default state of man. Also, apparently he has access to a cloning machine, which I guess we can't really unpack right now. So this isn't like the default state of man, right? So why is it that when people think what a man should be, we think of things that aren't necessarily intrinsic to what it means to be like sexed male? If it's not natural for men to be fucking yoked, but we still consider it manly, then we're not really talking about what men are. We're talking about what men should be. Men aren't naturally chivalrous. Like, the code of chivalry wasn't like discovered in the genes of humanity. No, we came up with these ideas. There's nothing in nature that says that men have to make more money, or men have to have the suits, or that men have to be domineering and confident. All of these are social constructs. None of these things are intrinsic. So why am I getting at all this? Why am I giving you this like literal fucking like sub 101, like high school tier understanding of gender? And I could do the same thing over here for women, by the way, okay? I could do like demure, soft, submissive, straight, again, important, like child rearing. I could do like a whole thing over here. The big squish. Listen, you gotta have some big fucking milkies, okay? For fucking hegemonic femininity, okay? What does this mean? Okay, well, when people refer to toxic masculinity, okay, I know this is a spooky term for some people. Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. What they're referring to is a set of characteristics that are ascribed to men. So this is something men should be, quote unquote, that isn't all that great. To the best of my knowledge, and who the fuck knows, there doesn't seem to be like a single gene that controls being gay or straight, but it still seems to be like something that you're born with, right? Or, you know, or at the very least, like, people don't make an active choice to be gay or straight. A lot of men who realize that they're gay or have an interest in men react to that interest in a very toxic way. Like, really fucking bad. Chivalry is pretty sexist. Honestly, listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single shit. Oh, pay for the woman's food. Oh, fucking, nah, get this shit out. I don't give a fuck. Oh, okay. A lot of people deuterinos who grow up in the chivalry shit end up feeling resentful towards women, like I said earlier, because they feel like they're being held to an unfair social standard, which they kind of are. Even though it's unfair to women too, but in a different way. It doesn't feel good to be patronized either. So, like, that's kind of fucked. This height shit. Holy shit, guys. This height shit is cancerous as shit. There are dudes who feel shit about this shit, okay? There are dudes who feel shit because they can't provide for their family even though the economy is tanking. They have this weird, like, this desperate need to feel like they're providing for their family and like they have to be the one making the money. And the fucking loud and assertive shit. Guys, listen, this isn't even a fucking lefty take, okay? Come on. We've all been in a fucking room. We've all been in school. We've all worked. We all know dudes in class or whatever that are crazy fucking annoyingly overconfident. We all know this shit, okay? Like, full on. 100%. The dude who will literally not shut the fuck up. But hey, we all grow. We all grow. Whatever the case may be, we've got all this, okay? Toxic masculinity, all right? I want to talk to you. You are part of the fucking problem. All of these things matter, but everything in life matters as much as you give it credit for. That's what I'm saying. It can be nice to be tall. It can be nice to make money. To treat women. It can be nice to be physically strong. It can be nice to be confident. All of these things can be nice, but there are ways to interact with these expectations that are toxic. I personally like big dicks because I'm a slut, but there is a big difference between my personal preference for dick and me believing that men with smaller penises are like subhuman and should kill themselves, and even worse, men with small penises believing that they are subhuman and should kill themselves. That's bad. This is what people mean by toxic masculinity. It's these characteristics that kind of drive men to act in ways that hurt themselves, even though there's no good reason to do it. Work hard, to not complain about their status. Remember the fucking the conservative propaganda, like Mike Rowe's sweat pledge?
So we're bringing the sweat pledge to life.
If you're a man, you need to take any work you can get. Don't complain. You're being given a job. You should be thankful. You need to provide for those around you. Never look up. Never look above your station. Like, okay, like holy shit. Like this is things that men are told, not women. Women are not told that, at least not to the same extent. Okay, like just accept shitty situations and never complain about it. That's kind of fucking weird, but all right, we can roll with it.
Not sure what that means yet, but I'm going to look into it.
I just like a lot of dudes really genuinely just have no fucking friends. I grew up next to West Hollywood. It's fucking wild. Those gays are not sissies. They're huge, ripplingly muscular bears. His beefy, these enormous big jack bears with wings and enormous beards lumber around. Just, oh boy. Just fucking be gay, bro.